So the news and leaks do not let up for Transformers this week. It has been a crazy week, and we have more to talk about. So this has been an image that has been circling within the backwater woods of the Transformer fandom for a couple of days now. People were questioning its legitimacy and everything like that, and recently has only been put out publicly because after some specific people have confirmed that it is legitimate. And I mean, it really is at the end when you look at the gang molding, when you look at the paint application, the way that the mold shares plastic in the right places. There has been fakes in the past, but they always made the same mistakes every single time. This is not one of those. So what are we talking about today? Well, we are talking about a potential Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom, or a potential Transformers Legacy, or a potential Transformers Generation Selects from Hasbro Pulse Beast Wars Deluxe Class Buzzsaw, a repaint with slight remold of the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Deluxe Class Waspinator. Historically, this character has been a repaint of Waspinator, but has never really gotten a proper modern release. There has been attempts, there has been tries, but it just never happened. Way back in the Generations line of Thrilling 30, we had the 2014 Beast Wars Generations Waspinator. And there was plans from the Hasbro and FunPub side of things to do a Buzzsaw version. I was on the team at the time with FunPub when the plans were being done. They were going to take that Waspinator Army Builder set from 2015, I believe it was, take the parts from the orange and yellow figure, take the purple parts from that black and purple figure, smash those together, give a brand new head sculpt from Boss Fight Studios, do that across at least 2 or 3 other figures where we're going to mix and match the parts, and we would get a Fun Publications, BotCon, or maybe just club exclusive Buzzsaw Deluxe Class. And that would have been that. And we would have had our modern interpretation of the Buzzsaw character that had not gotten, again, a proper update of at least from the Wasp kind of version, or Yellow Jacket in this case, in many, many years. But that was not the case. But now we have this. Again, this image is leaked from one of the Vietnamese factories, and we now know what is going to be happening. It looks like it's just going to be a straight-up repaint of that Deluxe Waspinator mold with a brand new head sculpt. And just looking at that head sculpt close up, you could tell that it is legit, and that it has all those same cues of the factory-applied paint and all the little, I guess we'll call runoff paint that we see from that quality that we have of this era today. I do like that they made an effort to go with the non-mutant head and go with that normal head that has been associated with this character over many iterations, be it its original box art, its Japanese CG box art, and its appearances in the comic books in its limited capacity. The fear that a lot of people had was there was a Golden Disc trading card of Black Arachnia when she became leader of the Predacons, and it had like other, no-name kind of Predacon characters like Retrax and all the others. And in that was a yellow repaint of Waspinator as Buzzsaw, but using the Waspinator mutant head that's associated with the Waspinator character. So people were worried, oh no, we might get a Buzzsaw, but it might just be a straight-up repaint, which would have sucked. But this at least kind of quells those fears, and it looks like we're going to be getting a traditional head, much like his original character version. Pretty cool. Now, again, this isn't the first time we've gotten an update of this character. The last time we did get anything of that character, which wasn't in that of the Yellow Jacket or Wasp form, was back in the Cybertron toy line and that of Galaxy Force. They took the Armada Cyclonus mold, the Deluxe class. They repainted that in yellow. They gave it that very Beast Wars Buzzsaw kind of head sculpt, and then slapped it on that one instead of the original Armada Cyclonus head sculpt. It first debuted with Runabout in the Galaxy Force Japanese line in a 2-pack, and then was sold individually, again, also to keep trademarks, got to work with that, but sold individually in the Cybertron line here in Western retail. So that was kind of the last time in retail we saw that version of that character. Now, some people are obviously going to argue, well, but that's Cybertron, different continuity. It has been retconned that that's kind of also his Cybertronian design, pre-Beast Wars kind of thing. And then like his post-Beast Wars design is that of the Buzzsaw Beast Machines toy, which then continued into that of Universe and the Wreckers comic books through Bakon and everything like that. So you can kind of track his history throughout the years. But yeah, this is Buzzsaw. Pretty cool that we're getting him. Again, an idea that I was hoping would happen sooner or later. You can't waste a mold. When you have a Waspinator mold, there's not much you could do with it. So you might as well go with something that's an easy repaint with a historical kind of notion behind it. And people will appreciate it. People will appreciate. The question is now afterwards is this going to be part of an ongoing, still continuing Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom? We just talked about the core class Hot Rod yesterday. That's going to be part of the Kingdom line. That's going to be continuing for December, January, February, March, April. It's gonna be keeping going and going until Legacy makes its full debut in mid-April of 2022. So it's something that, is this going to be part of that? Is it going to be something that's being held off and left for something in, let's say, Transformers Legacy? Or what I'm probably thinking it might be more than anything else, just a straight up individual release through Generation Selects, because repaints with head sculpts and all that kind of stuff seems really to be more their wheelhouse. Much like how the original Thrilling 30 Buzzsaw would have been a Bakon exclusive, the Generation Selects kind of fills that Bakon Fun Pub gap by doing those repaints, and it just feels right at home with something like that. That's at least my take. I think this is going to be a Gen Selects kind of thing at the end of the day. I mean, I'd like it if I was wrong and everyone would have easy access to this in retail, but I think it just kind of fits in with the Gen Selects MO and how things are done here. But looks really good. Again, exactly how I would imagined it would be, how it would look if they made a crack at this to do it. Hopefully we'll get some nicer images of it with his weapons and everything and nice poses. But, we'll leave it to those factory guys that'll steal it and it'll end up in some shape or form in the hands of people. But at least it shows that this is on the horizon. It's coming, and it looks pretty cool. Again, it looks pretty cool, and it's something that we've all wanted for a while now. What are they going to do with that Waspinator mold afterwards is a whole other story. I mean, again, after you get that Buzzsaw out of it, you could do like, I don't know, the Skywarp Waspinator. You could do a few little things like that. I was always thinking you could, if you did just a little bit of retooling and stuff, you could kind of get like the Beast Wars second retools, but those are kind of extensive in a lot of ways, like the Dirge one and everything. Or you could just kind of have a little fun and maybe do a black and green and red, Transmetal Waspinator without the Transmetal parts. There's a few ways you could go about it. Maybe the Fox Kids repaint. I don't know. But those ones are probably less appealing than this. I think the Buzzsaw is probably the best choice out of everything in terms of an easy sale. Let me know what you think about this. I know it's still in the early stages of it, but hopefully we'll learn more about it in the near future. Pretty cool stuff otherwise.